Hey, this is the end of October. This is my garden. I'm very proud or very pleased with how my garden is doing this year. Stay tuned. I'm going to share the garden and the greenhouse with you guys today. We'll be right back. Welcome back to Pine Meadows Hobby Farm. I'm your host, Jerry Hansen. I'm really pleased with how my garden turned out this year. In other years, they were fails, but I think that has to do with having to work all the time, and now I'm retired. So I got nothing but time on my hands to nurture and grow the garden. Now, I thought the beans were going to be a fail, but these beans are finally coming out. This is the end of October going into November. I'm going to have at least 1 to 2 jars of string beans to can this year. We'll see. Now, I don't know what I did right, but my tomatoes are coming in really good. I've got a lot of green tomatoes. We haven't had a frost yet that would kill them, so I better hurry up and get out here and harvest them. A lot of green tomatoes. I made some pickled green tomatoes. My son sampled them for the first time ever, and he was really hesitant at trying them. And oh my gosh, he came to me yesterday and says, like, Dad, those pickled tomatoes were excellent. So we're gonna pick these, put them in the greenhouse in a cardboard box on the worm bin, and we're going to let them ripen. And the ones that don't ripen, we'll just make chop up, and the ones that do ripen, we'll chop up or dice up, and we'll make some more salsa. Yeah, my wife really fell in love with my salsa that I made. I fell in love with it too. It's a new recipe that I created, and oh, it was delicious. Check out the Dude in the Kitchen episode on making salsa. I hope I filmed it. I don't remember if I filmed it or not. Maybe I did. I don't know. But if I didn't, I'll take these tomatoes and I'll show you how I made it in the Dude in the Kitchen series. So we've got zucchini still growing end of October. What? I've been harvesting cucumbers for more pickles. I've got to go in there and can about 4 jars of pickles probably this evening. Some zesty dill pickles, but my wife is really favoring the pickled chips, so I'll be rendering all of those down to pickled chips. But I mean, we still got cucumbers on the vine. They're small. I'm going to let them grow out, and we'll see how they go. My lettuce is trying to sprout up. I planted a whole bed of lettuce in here, and I got some lettuce that went to seed. I don't think we'll be able to harvest seed because it's getting colder, and I don't think it'll go to seed. But we've got plenty of seed in our seed vault or seed bank. Of course, down here it looks like the turnips are doing great, and these I got a lot of turnip out here. And then what did I plant here? Beets. Yes, I got beets here, and then some flowers. The flowers are still blooming. This is October, end of October going into November. What the heck? Now here's a plant you can plant once and keep harvesting from it. It's chard. I have rainbow chard, I have Swiss chard, and you can grow these. They'll grow year round, and they'll grow through the winter. They're winter hardy in your garden. So that's what one plant you can grow once and harvest year after year. I do have a potato over here. I'm waiting for the plant to die back, and then we'll process the potatoes and see how many I got. I found a couple of little potato seeds in there when I was working the garden a couple of months ago or some months back. And one ended up growing, or a couple of them ended up growing, so I'll get spuds out of there. If anything, I'll get more spud seeds and grow me some more potatoes, spuds. Hey folks, here is another food you can plant once and keep harvesting. I took off all the lower leaves and then the top leaves just burst out, and so this is kale. Plant it once. It's also winter hardy. You can harvest it throughout the year. This is a great crop to have in your garden. And back here I do have another, I have a Swiss chard, and then I've got peas growing on both sides. I planted these peas late because the peas are supposed to be cold hardy and be able to grow. I'm gonna look forward to that. And there's nothing to see over here. It's already harvested. My grapes, we're just waiting for the leaves to die back, and then I'll go in and heavily prune the grapevine, and I'll show you guys how I'm pruning my grapevines and training them. And then also I got my blueberries and my strawberries. My strawberries just completely, I mean, they didn't bolt, they just grew out a lot just in the past month. What gives? I don't know. Raspberries are coming in too. I don't know what's going on here. Now, I shared my greenhouse growing with you guys earlier. Let's go in. Nice and warm in the greenhouse, which is, it should be. It should be warm. But I planted a bunch. I'm going to be really nurturing the greenhouse. We're going to be doing some more herbs in here also. But I've got some pots up here on the shelf where I'm going to start herbs, and we got some more pots. We're going to do some flowers just to keep some color going. So I want to share with you guys the explosion of life going on in here. Of course, in these bins up here, we got lettuce all the way down, we have some musclin, and then over here we have spinach growing along here. And then over here, we got a bunch of radish. Down here, we've got a zucchini plant that I moved inside when it was small, been watering it, nurturing it. It's growing. And guess what else is growing? Yeah, down here, I've got a tomato that's bloomed and growing, and it's got tomatoes on it. Look at those little tomatoes. And then over here, I got green pepper plants. Now, tomato plants and your pepper plants, you can pot them, move them indoors into the greenhouse, and save them for next year so you don't have to regrowing them year after year. You just keep them in the pots. You can cut them back. There's YouTube videos to show you how to do that so you don't have to keep growing or keep planting them. So I'm going to grow these throughout the year. I have a heater for in here, and so I can maintain the temperature. Right now it's 56 degrees in here, and that's okay for the greenhouse. I'm gonna keep watch on it because I have a thermometer in on my desk that shows me the temperature in the greenhouse, and I have it to alarm when it gets to a certain temperature so I can run out and turn the heater on. So I love those little things. I'll leave a link from Amazon on where I got those. I also put some in my pantry and my freezer and my refrigerator, so in case we have failure, I can hear the alarms that the temperature is getting too high for food safety. So that's it for the garden and the greenhouse for right now. I'm your host, Jerry Hansen. This is Pine Meadows Hobby Farm. I want to thank you guys for sharing my adventures with me. I am just really enjoying being retired now and spending a lot of time in my greenhouse and around the farm and just exploring the environment around me. Stay tuned to more videos. You could do that by subscribing and clicking that bell icon. That'll alert you to new videos as I upload them. Hey, give us a thumbs up and click that share button. Sharing my videos on your social media platforms helps share the adventure with other people. Yeah. Be safe, always be kind. We'll see you guys in the next adventure. Bye-bye now.